Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is my second series of Railway Empire. This time, as promised, we are going to be doing the US Transcontinental Railroad, but with a couple of twists. First of all, please ignore the Australian theme. That's just the DLC, as I'm sure anyone who owns this game, you know how this game works. I wish you could change your theme, because I still quite like the British theme actually, but either way. So the US... the actual facts of the Transcontinental Railroad was that it was between Sacramento and Omaha. Specifically, it started at Council Bluffs, Iowa, and it connected with. That's where it connected with the existing rail network, and it then connected to San Francisco Bay. So that started in 1863, and it was built over 6 years to 1869. So that was because what happened was they started building from the east coast of America, built inwards, and then they built from the west, and they sort of met in the middle. Now, here's what I'm going to suggest we do. We're going to go to a free mode. We're going to do the whole of the US, 1830 to 1930, because I think we're going to need 100 years to do this. Am I going to 1830 to 1930, or do I want to start a bit later? Have some different locomotives. Now we'll start right back at the beginning, because America's big. This could take some time. We'll continue. What we're going to do is they built from the edges and built inwards. We are going to start in the middle and build outwards. Yeah. So the problem is there's nothing directly in the middle, so I've got a choice. Do I go with Denver or do I go with Kansas City? Now, according to maps, Council Bluffs in Iowa, we're just going to see which it's closest to. Council Bluffs is that red dot there, and the nearest one you can see is Kansas City, just down in the bottom there. So we're going to be going for Kansas City, because Denver is quite a bit further away. Yes, because there's Kansas City just by my finger now. You can obviously still see the red dot, whereas Denver is quite a bit over here. So we should probably connect Kansas first to St. Louis, I would imagine. Well, we could connect Kansas and Denver. But either way, that's what we're going to start at Kansas City. So the aim is to connect Washington and New York to San Francisco, but starting from the middle. I mean, ideally the aim is to connect the whole thing, but we'll just have to see how we go.
And discipline are the path to victory. Don't ask questions.
Sometimes I think about giving
had the Christmas update, haven't we?
I know I had it here somewhere.
I'll go with the engineer, because I quite like the engineer, and we should call it the Transcontinental Railroad, because again, actually, if you're building a railway,
there's no way to halt the
now.
progress.
I know there's no way to halt progress. If you're building a railway now, you wouldn't start at the edges and work inwards. I would suggest you start at the middle and work outwards. Same as we did with the British one. We started in London and went outwards, because London is the important point. So yes, we are starting at Kansas City, which is just off centre of the United States, let's be honest. And in terms of the history of the real Transcontinental Railroad, you can talk about that amongst yourselves. I'm not necessarily here for realism.
This time you have to deal with 3 rivals.
3 rivals.
Pay attention to your task list if you want to achieve a higher rating.
Yes, we'll do. So I could do Kansas to Denver. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll do Kansas to Denver to start with. We shall have to build... Shall start with. Do we start with a large train station in Kansas? Yes, we'll start with a large train station in Kansas, and we'll just do a standard train station in Denver, and then we are going to build the track between these two, and it will be double tracked. We will avoid that. I'm actually going to try and, because I've been playing this a little bit in my spare time, I've been trying to get better at building routes and looking ahead of routes beforehand. So I think if we cross the river keep it at about 1%. Yeah. Can we not go straight across? Yes, we can. I'm going to take up the 2 middle tracks. I should have gone for a large station with signalling. Mistakes have been made. The good thing is it doesn't cost anywhere near as much to do it the other way. And because we're starting in 1830, all the trains and locomotives are, well, dirt cheap is what they are. And then what we'll do is we'll do our crossovers. And everything's on the right here, isn't it? So, because we're in America, so we shall build it the American way, which means there's no locomotive restrictions on us. I know I put them on myself in the London Railway series in Series 1, but I thought it worked quite nicely actually. And then we can build another crossover, can't we? Yes. And I can do that at the other end. I can do that at Denver. So once we've done that, I shall then put a maintenance depot in, because I went with the go away. And the boring bit of putting all the signals in. Lovely, then we'll put a supply tower roughly in the middle, because we're going to need the goods stuff as well, the freight. Lovely, and then at Kansas we shall put in, because we get it for free, we shall build a maintenance depot. Lovely, because we get them for free. And then we shall put the line in from Kansas City to Denver, passengers and mail only. That'll be the grasshopper. And then if we can pause the game, oh, we can't pause it, can we then? From Denver to Kansas City with freight only. That'll be the grasshopper, and we shall jump on that one to do our first ride along of this new series as we go from Denver to Kansas, pulling just a load of freight. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this one's going to go. This could be a very quick series. We've covered quite a lot of the middle of America there. But it's getting from Denver to the other places, because I really want to build outwards. That's the issue. So, and it's getting the money, because we're going to have to do a lot more of the business side of things in this one. Might be worth us actually having a number of trains as well, because it's all quite slow to start with, particularly in 1830. We're already on March 18th. And yeah, this is going to be a long old slog, I think. Again, it could be done in 5 episodes, I don't know. But I suspect that given that neither Kansas nor Denver are particularly big places in 1830, we are going to be fighting a little bit against the fact that they're quite small. And we're going to have to really think about using everything at our disposal, because in the London Railway, I was quite gung-ho. By the way, if you don't know what the London Railway series I'm talking about, check out Railway Empire Season 1 down below, which is the London Railway. And we will do seasons for all the other maps I've got. I think I've got pretty much everything now. I'm missing Japan. I don't have Japan. But you know, them's the breaks. I think it is going to be worthwhile, you know, actually having 4 trains. So once this one, we won't finish the ride along, once they both get to here, it's going to be worth setting up a rail line from Kansas to Denver, which is just freight only. I think it's going to be worth setting up a Denver to Kansas, which is passengers only. And then I think we're just going to need to put some more signals in just so they don't get caught. And obviously we've got 2 industries already, because we know that Denver wants meat, so I'll get that connected fairly swiftly. And tell me Kansas wants corn. The brewery, so it does need corn, yes, so there we go, that's that all sorted. So actually, yeah, we've made a good start. We've got 2 sets of corn, but oh no, that's not what we need. We need that sort of corn, don't we? Yeah, so we'll get that one set up straight away. I think actually just need a small rural station. Just there will do, and then see if we can build round to Kansas. Clark Farm to Kansas City. Automatic. With one of them. Lovely. So that's that going. That's that bit of freight going.
He
and then
who
we
saves wins.
Shut up, you. Then Hobbs Ranch to Denver. Make this a triple track line just for a little bit. I'm going to have to protect that, aren't we? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. I think that works. We'll set up another line. From Hobbs Branch to Denver. And then that's that sorted. Lovely. So we've got meat going to Denver. Got lots of passengers and mail as well. It all seems to be running fairly smoothly. Oh, a professor. Build side tracks. I don't need to build side tracks. It's a double track railway. So yes, the idea from Kansas is of course to go pretty much straight. You've got St. Louis, then you've got Chicago, which we need to connect to Chicago really. But then actually the straight line of the Transcontinental Railroad would be Kansas, St. Louis, Indianapolis. Then we need to duck through the mountains, probably straight to Washington and then New York. The straight line from Denver hits the Rockies, so we'd have to go up to Casper. Then fight our way through the Rockies to Salt Lake City. Then Winnemucca, Carson City. Actually, probably Winnemucca round here into San Francisco. So we've already got 2 competitors. We've got Tucson and Kingman, who are attached but not directly attached. We've got Pittsburgh and Toledo. And we've just got Atlanta, that's just a goods terminal at the moment. So yeah, we've got a bit going on. Right, what have we got? A conductor and a security guard. We'll hire both of you. And you said you had a professor for me as well. Lovely. So let's have a look at our trains. Yeah, you're passengers and mail, aren't you? So that is a train. Cool, we'll have that on. So Michael Sanchez, who's moody. He has, again, we need passengers really, so not whole drives to centre. Yes, which one is that? Lovely, so that's that sorted. And then we've got a security guard on that one. 5% increase in freight prices. There we go, nailed it. Nailed it. So yeah, at the moment we're all good. I had some research, didn't I? I thought I had research. Who else can I hire? Yeah, I'm doing this one as well, a mediator. No, I'm not fussed about auctions. Certainly not fussed enough to spend money on them. So there's the breweries. How am I not increasing Kansas's? Am I not meeting expectations? Stock in the city, monthly demand. Doesn't have a demand of anything. Why is it being so? Why are they being so pernickety and not speeding up? And not increasing what? Oh right, yes, and of course I'll need to build some supply towers. There. And a supply tower of my other route. No, I'm not fussed about the detonator. Not the supply tower. And you can construct a maintenance building, lovely. And presumably you're just going to use the left-hand track extender. Yep. That works out well, and then you can go into the right-hand track. Oh no, it's not letting you. Well now, this is going to be our first little hold-up. Or you can get a promoter, or hire Bill Perez. I shall certainly hire the promoter. If you can get me stuff in Kansas City, please. Aha, we have some updates, so I can get the detonator, which I can get for free. Yeah, so yes, in terms of locomotives there is no restrictions like I had on the previous one. So we can now just deal with it. We can just put locomotives in whenever we want. So, you don't have a conductor. Oh, a stoker, what do you do? Locomotive speed. Oh, I know, I want you then to be on Denver to Kansas City. Lovely, whereas you can just have a conductor. We got passengers. So that's not used to me then. just to go to Denver track 1. And the goods can go into Denver track 2. Right, I'll alter that on to the passenger service. I'm guessing is this guy. Oh no, you I want on Denver. You I do want on Denver track 2. Well, where's the other? Aha! Already doing that, lovely. Joyful. So yes, so we've got some progress, which is good. I think I am at some point going to have to. Yes, Casper and St. Louis will be the next big things, I think. But ideally, I'd like to get to Portland, Maine, as well. That'd be my Portland to San Francisco, and then also connect things like Seattle and Jacksonville. So what are my tasks? Achieve profit from freight, create direct between Kansas City and Casper. Well, I can do that. I can finish that one off now. Connections with Kansas, Washington and Portland. Kansas to Chicago, yeah. Fine, I can do that as a separate one. So, well, in that case, I think it makes the most sense to just curve on up round to Casper and get this connection, and the milk it will eventually offer up and running.
As I see, you are set to expand further.
Yes, I am set to expand further. What exactly is your point, boy? There we go. So what we need to do now is we need to make more crossovers. This is the dull, boring bit for which I make no apologies. It needs to be done if you're running a railroad. And I can say railroad because we are in America. Do is find, so it's Kansas City to Denver to Casper to Denver. Yes, and on that time it is going through number 2. Yes, perfect. So that's that sorted. And then Denver, Kansas City, Denver, Casper. So it's at that point it needs to be number 2. At that point it needs to be number 1. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. There we go. Problem solved. So the engine shed, just the Grasshopper. Before we get to the EMDUs and the Super Hudsons and your Texases, all that sort of stuff. Flow of goods going, milk is going nowhere. That's fine. I'm not sure I can transport it yet anyway. So yeah, so far so good. We've made our first connection to Casper. I'll also put in a supply tower. There, lovely. Raj to Denver. And this is Kansas City to Denver. And then what there's going to be a new line from Denver through to Casper. And at Casper I wanted to use line 2. Thank you. And you are just freight. I think we're doing pretty well actually so far, especially now we've got the goods train up to Casper. We will do a run along the line at some point, but this one I think is going to be, we're already 2 years in, we're only, you know, what, half an hour into, if that, 25 minutes into the campaign, so 2 years have already gone by, so we are, time has gone ahead. Next we would need to really, I mean, I also want to do, obviously, you know, I want to do like Kansas City. I've got this line up here that would eventually go up to Sioux Falls and Bismarck and follow the river. There's part of me that feels like from Bismarck up to Great Falls would be a fantastic route. And of course you've got your Minneapolis and Chicago's, and there's an awful lot of places to connect to, and I want to connect to as many as is possible. So, yeah. Yes, I know I can hire officers, and I will do that, have no fear. But yes, the next, in terms of the straight line of the quest, as 'twere, is that way, and it's St. Louis, which wants meat, which I could get to it from Hobbs Ranch. Should we connect to St. Louis to finish the episode? I think we'll connect to St. Louis to finish the episode. And the issue with St. Louis is it's right on the river, so I'm going to have to wait for money. I mean, I haven't taken any bonds yet, so I could. Ooh, St. Louis is going to be an expensive one. Okay, yep. And then where's Kansas City? There. So I want to keep it no more than 3%. Unless I can absolutely help it. So that's fine. 147, we need to connect to St. Louis. That's not a problem. We'll pick that up fairly swiftly, I reckon. We've got 130 now, and we just got to wait for things like this to roll in. And there we are. We're 144,000 now. Aha! Decent research. No, wrong way on the research. I've gone the wrong way. Now, do I want to unlock? I have to unlock the John Hancock. There's no other choice.
I hope that this locomotive is a success.
But I can use the John Hancock for my freight, so that's good. That's a positive development. So that's all good. So let's have a look at the John Hancock. Yes, as you can see, it's basically a grasshopper with a cab. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do.
Fancy a little game?
No. I do not fancy a little game. Right, lovely. So that's St. Louis connected. That might be worth taking out a bond. 220 grand. Yep, I'll take that. That gives us enough money to at least finish the connection between St. Louis and Kansas, and do all the necessary switchy swaps. Lovely. And then again the same at St. Louis. joyful, and then stick the signals in. Yeah, I want to keep this mainly flat because when we get to the point where we are doing genuine transcontinental trains, it's going to need to be express locomotives, and they're going to need something. They're going to need flat, straight track to pull the train. So, where's my trains? Denver to Casper, Denver to Casper. That's what it should be, that's what I should do. Kansas City, Denver, Kansas, and St. Louis. There we go, that's how you do it.
My reporter took a close look at your small business.
Yes, I'm sure he did. Manage train. So you are... No, manage train, thank you. We're going to replace you with a John Hancock. Replace you all with John Hancocks. Actually, I think I will just replace all with the John Hancock. It's a better locomotive in general. So yes, we've done all that. So actually we've done quite a lot in this first episode thus far. Pretty happy with it, gotta be honest. They all now John Hancocks? They are all now John Hancocks. Good, well I think on that basis we shall... is there one going to St. Louis? Is there a train heading in that direction? Anytime in the immediate future? Well, I'm still making money. This is largely positive. That's the Denver to Casper passenger. That's the Denver to Casper. Yeah. Yes, there's no trains going to St. Louis immediately, so we'll have a look at the St. Louis line next time we start. So, thank you ever so much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Check out the game in the description below, as usual. Check out the other Railway Empire series, as I mentioned, Series 1 in the description below. That's where I do British railways, but all starting from London, in the London Railway. Check out my train sim stuff in the description below. Check out my Soda Snippet stuff in the description below. Thank you ever so much for watching. I was me, that was Railway Empire, doing the Transcontinental Railroad. See you very soon. Goodbye. Oh, bloody hell. That was terrifying. Train sim gave me a jump scare.